I'm gonna have to check out both of those then.
Oh,
Both of those.
so good.
Now you were speaking of Best in Show, and is that
Yes.
by Christopher Guest?
Yes, that's one of his. He doesn't like the word mockumentary, but
Right.
it's one of his mockumentaries.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned his name because I've made a list of movies that I have watched because I typically watch. I have ADD, so it's hard for me to watch TV shows alone. So if I watch TV shows, it's typically someone's with me and I'm just watching the shows they suggest because it's hard for me to follow along episode by episode within film, typically 2 hours,
You're done.
1 act, 2 act, 3, you're done. So I've been watching some movies every night, typically something of the 90s or something I just stumble upon. I watched True Lies yesterday, Batman Forever yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Jim Carrey in Batman Forever is hilarious.
I was trying to remember which one that one was.
Yeah, Val Kilmer but Jim Carrey is funny. Captain Ron with Kurt Russell and Martin Short. Have you ever watched that one?
Captain Ron, no. I need to.
But the reason I mentioned Christopher Guest is the movie that I'm watching tonight, The Big Picture, directed by Christopher Guest.
Oh.
And, this is has Kevin Bacon. So yeah, I'm going to check that out. It's about a college student who wins. I guess he wins a Best Student Film Award, and then he gets thrown into Hollywood, and it takes his story from there. So I'm going to check that out.
Oh, I'm super intrigued by that.
And also tonight, I usually watch two. I'm going to watch the Tim Burton movie, Mars Attacks.
Have you seen that one?
Once. Just one time.
That one took so much heat from everybody, but I kind of liked it.
Well, I got
It's
it
quirky.
at the bookstore that's now closed down, $1.50.
It's worth every cent.
So yeah, and it's in great shape. So
yeah,
those are the two movies today.
Nice.
So what have you been watching? Anything? You said you've been playing the basketball.
Yeah,
game, right?
I've been playing too much Xbox lately. I got to get back to real life. But I watched. So we've been catching up on Parks and Rec because that's a show that we really like. It's kind of like I'm a huge Office fan. So
Parks and Rec seasons of Parks and Rec. The first 3. Shelly and I used to watch them. So
it really picks up momentum at the end of season 3.
Okay.
So I've been keeping up with that a little bit. We watched Molly's Game again a couple nights ago. That one's a Aaron Sorkin movie. He wrote it in his first directorial debut, and it's got Kevin Costner and red-haired woman. Can't remember her name.
Is it Jessica
Chastain? Yes. Okay. Really good movie. But Alex has been watching this show, this Reese Witherspoon show. I watched 1.5 episodes of it. It's called Little Fires Everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington.
Okay.
It is horrible. It is so bad.
What's it on? I might try to watch your first episode.
I think it's on Hulu. It's like a Hulu original. Oh my gosh, the obviously there's great actors in it, so that, like, the acting is not bad, but it's like the characters are just like Reese. I'm like, I hate all these characters. Like, I hate them all, and I love Reese Witherspoon. She's so great, but like I hate her character. It's so bad. And then Kerry Washington's character, I'm like, I can't figure out, like, what's the point of any of this? The only bright spot about it is it's like set in the late 90s, so they throw back to all that music, or maybe it was early 2000s. So they throw back to the music, which I really do appreciate that.
Right.
But the rest of it's just trash.
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to see if I can make it through the first episode then.
Yeah.
Now, you brought up some music. Now, do you still listen to music that's coming out now, or do you find yourself going back to a certain time?
It depends. And not really. I don't really listen to as much now. I go through waves. Like right now, I'm kind of bringing back some old Dave Matthews stuff that I used to listen
Right.
to back in the day. And then I actually went through looking for a song in my playlist, and I found a bunch of random independent, some like Duncan Sheik type music, which
Right.
is kind of just like lost music. So I
Yeah.
built a new playlist, and I've been living on
Okay.
that lately.
I did see where Newsboys messaged you on your. You said you miss concerts,
Throwing it back to the Newsboys, I have a
so that was really cool.
the old Australian singer of Newsboys. He's my spirit animal. He's
Okay.
bald like myself, except he has a lot more talent than I do. So I got second row tickets to see them in like March or February, and I was supposed to see them this month, but again, the world's canceled. So, but yeah, now
Well,
I got a retweet from them or
I did
re-Instagram.
see when I went on their Instagram page that they are doing a show not far from where I am now when they reschedule. I think it's scheduled for August.
They're united now, so they've got the old Australians and New Zealanders with like the current guys who are a little bit more like alternative,
Okay.
kind of a more of alternative rock sound to them. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I'm into them and some Dave Matthews.
Well, see, I was
Good old
going
classic
through
stuff.
like a lot of the playlists that I have. It just depends really whatever I'm working on project wise, but where I really haven't been working on a steady project, I haven't really dove into any kind of music, just here and there. You know what I mean. I drive a lot, so I do listen to music quite a bit, but I often find myself listening to podcasts quite a bit or top tens, lists. But speaking of music, I wanted to tell the viewers at home, wherever they're listening, these are some songs that you shouldn't listen to during the coronavirus, during the pandemic. Songs that
Is this a top 10 list?
this is only top 3 at the moment.
Top 3 list.
You could
Okay.
add 10 to it, but I only did 3. So the first song, you mentioned Duncan Sheik earlier. So if you're
Yes.
in isolation or you think you have corona, don't listen to the song "Barely Breathing" by Duncan Sheik. You don't want to do that. That's bad. Another song that you might not want to listen to.
we met the Duncan Sheik.
We did in Lexington.
Have you met him multiple times, or did we
have.
just meet him that one time? Okay.
I met him, I think 3 times.
He reminded me of Chris Parnell.
I can see that. I can
Yep.
see that. I can
Yep,
see it.
good.
Especially Chris Parnell in Looking for Kitty.
Yes. Yeah, with the beard.
Yeah.
I think he had the beard in that movie. Maybe not.
Either he did or it was coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So another song that you might not want to listen to if you are in this, pandemic as we all are, is a Creed song called "One Last Breath." You don't want to listen to that.
Well, it's a Creed song, so you probably wouldn't want to listen to it to start
True.
with. So.
But I will say this, and Creed falls, I think, into the same category as Nickelback. No one seems to like them, but yet they've sold 50 million albums. Creed has like 3 albums in a row that sold 10 million copies back to back to back. So did Nickelback.
I'll say this: if you strip the words off of some Nickelback songs, you've got some good songs. But once you add those stupid lyrics into them, completely loses it.
Yes. And the last song to complete the list is The Police, "Don't Stand So Close to Me." You might not want to listen to that one. If you're running out, it's on your earbuds. That might freak people out if you're running by them. So those are just some songs you should not listen to.
Either that, or while you are out running, you should maybe just listen to that song all the time.
Yes,
so that
true.
it gives you good. Yeah. So I guess
that's a good idea as well. That's a good
situation. It's a situational song.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are just a few that I thought of. I thought of another one, but I just couldn't. And I found a lot of songs with the lyrics to "Breath" or "Breath" in the. Or another one, "Take My Breath Away."
Take my breath away.
Yeah, you don't really want to listen to that. Maybe not, especially if you're in a dire situation. So those are just a few. What are we good on time, or what's the?
I don't know. We were supposed to only have 40 minutes, but for some reason it hasn't given us a. But we can end it whenever we want.
Okay, I didn't know if I didn't want to get into something else if we didn't have enough time there.
Now I'm trying to find a song that has any kind of like breathing reference to it that I listen to. Oh, here's another one. Maroon 5, Harder to Breathe.
Yes, that would have been a good one. That was
Yeah.
yeah. People don't want to listen to that one in this time.
And then to round out our top 5 from Top Gun, Take My Breath Away.
Yeah.
Which Top Gun got pushed.
I saw that.
Yeah. Are
Now,
you are you a Top Gun fan? You were talking about Val Kilmer earlier.
well, I haven't seen Top Gun in a long, long time.
Okay.
Probably 15 years. So, and I've only seen it maybe twice all the way through. But I'll probably check it out though. I mean, I think with Tom Cruise movies, I don't ever, I mean, his movies might not always be the best, but I think he gives it his all. I feel like he does a good job, so I respect that. So I might check it out.
All
What
right.
about yourself?
I hadn't seen that movie in my entire life, and then I saw it for the first time in 2010, and I really liked it. I thought it was a really well done movie. I like the music. It has the most epic volleyball in jeans scene in the
Yes.
history of cinema. So
No,
you got to at least give it to
I'm
that.
glad you mentioned that. If people want to go to Amos Williams, The Adventure Continues promos, there's a promo where Amos is he's tying the sweater around himself, and he doesn't know that I'm filming. And the music that's playing in the background is the same music that's playing at the volleyball match.
Shoot, what is that song?
I can't remember, but Jeremiah picked it out, and it fit perfectly. It fit perfectly. So, speaking of Val Kilmer does have a book about autobiography coming out this month.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called something about Huckleberry is in the title.
Oh, all right.
And it's going to be, I think, one of the the audio, because Val Kilmer can't really speak right now. Will Forte is going to be doing a part of the the audio part of the book. It was like Will Forte and someone else.
Val Kilmer has throat cancer.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And then also, I don't know, we were talking off air before, Woody Allen's book got shut down, a week before Corona. Another publisher picked it up and it became a bestseller, but the audio portion became available this week. So I'm going to pick that up. 12 hours of audio. So that's a weekend of driving to and from.
There you go.
So,
I was thinking, I found this, there's this Civil War anthology I was thinking about picking up. It's 3 different episodes, and they have the audiobook version. Each episode or each book volume audio is around 53 hours long.
What?
That's a lot of trips back and forth to Wise.
Wow.
So you're talking about 160 hours worth of audiobook. And I was like, I don't think I can make that kind of commitment.
I'm trying to think. I do 14 hours a weekend. So I could probably do 53 hours in a month, I would say. Close.
So you do 14 hours a weekend.
So that's 56 hours a month?
That's 11 and a half trips to do the whole
just
3 volumes. To do all 3 volumes.
Okay.
You have to do 11 and a half trips.
Which is, I've pretty much taken the trip, 6 months, except one weekend I didn't go. So, like 23 out of 24 weekends.
And I haven't been in a car in 6 weeks.
6 weeks. All right, man. Well, thanks for doing the show with me. Before we sign off, make sure to check out the Other People's Show on YouTube and the Other People's Show on SoundCloud as well. The YouTube page doing really well. I found some old footage of a promo yesterday that we never did air in the series, so I reposted that. It's done pretty well, and the show that we did a couple 10 or 12 days ago has done really well also. So continue doing that, everyone. Jake, I'm Adam.
Jake.
I don't know why I said your name first. Then said my name. So anyway, I'm Adam.
I'm Jake.
And we are the Other People. See everyone later.
Stay safe.